Welcome back to ITS 129. Let's take a look at installing AMPS to the AMPPS at ampps.com. Um, the reason why AMPS is because it is what is known as a stack. Now, what a stack is it has with it many different products that can be installed easily together, one quick step. In our particular class, we need MySQL and Apache. Now, there's a little bit tricky thing about this thing, MySQL, which is a database that we will be using for the remainder of the semester, is that it is not quite MySQL. It's a MySQL-like database called MariaDB. And I can go into a whole lecture about MariaDB and MySQL, but for now, let's just kind of take it as Apache and MySQL. So go ahead and click on the Downloads tab, and I've already downloaded my version of Windows that I'll be working on. If you'll be doing the Mac, you have to download yours and take a look at this website on how exactly to install this guy. So I've already done it. I'm going to come back to my desktop. I have my AMPS here. I'm going to double click on it here. It gives me some warnings for my computer, not necessarily yours. And then I'm going to accept the agreement. I'm going to go and click on next. I'm picking this location. You can choose wherever location you want to put it. AMPS and install. So it's going to take a couple minutes. Yeah. In the meantime, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going to, in our browser, we're going to go to something called localhost. And there's right now, it's going to give me this, but that's fine. And once again, the reason why we're doing AMPS is because it has something called Apache. And what Apache is, what is known as a web server. So it makes our computer a web host. Which is needed if you're going to be using MySQL database. And, I'll go into that in a minute. But it's going to take a few minutes to go ahead and install here. Yeah. Once we get it started, then it's going to take almost done. Let's go see. And it is almost there. Okay. Very good. Almost there. And I'm going to agree to this C++ here. This makes things that we need to see viewable, actually. So I'm going to say agreed. Now, I've already have it installed, so it's going to give me this error message. So actually, I'm done. So once I'm done, then, this little box over here, and, if you come up with this port 443, what that means is that, something else is happening. So I need to bring up my task manager just on my machine. It may not be with yours. I'm going to click on services, and I'm going to look for something called VMware hosted. Now, I thought I turned it off. Maybe I did not. VMware hostee, and it's running, so I have to go and stop it. So it's stopped. And what that does, that's because on a Windows machine, you can only have one web server running at a time. So Apache is one. And so there was a conflict. So I turned that off, and I'm going to turn my Apache. So this is really good. Now, again, I said that AMPS gives you the ability to go ahead and install many different products at the same time. So if I click in the house here, I can see a lot of the different products, apps that I can install with this platform called AMPS, MongoDB, Python 3, and those kind of things, yeah. So anyway, that's up to you. Now, once we have both of these green, Apache and MySQL, then what we need to do again, we go to our browser, any old browser, and what you want to do is, you see where it says localhost over there? After localhost, I'm going to type in my PHP admin here. And sorry, localhost PHP, oh, sorry, wrong way I did it, sorry. PHP my admin. Click here. Now, what this does is it gives us just a kind of way of how we're going to be working with our database for the remainder of the semester. Primarily, we'll be going on this tab, the SQL tab, and we're going to be creating databases and the like. So, we'll be doing that. I'll go briefly into different things like the database tab, which will show us all the databases that we have done right now. And, status, what's being used, as well as something called user accounts. But, the main thing here is that we have PHP my admin running, because this is going to be the thing that's going to allow us to create our database for the remainder of this semester. So I'm going to stop here. As we go further along in our semester, we're going to be taking a look at this MySQL database using the PHP my admin view to do a lot of different things. Aloha.